You know when you see a classic car, it's gorgeous, right? A total piece of history. But let's be real, you would not want to depend on its 1960s brakes in today's traffic. It just doesn't have the safety, the efficiency, or the tech we rely on. Well, you'd be surprised how much of our digital world, the really important stuff, is running on the tech equivalent of that classic car engine. And that's exactly what we're going to dig into.
And look, this isn't some what-if scenario. It's the reality for so many of the critical systems we use every single day. The software that's handling your credit card payment, managing hospital records, or tracking a store's inventory. A lot of it might be older than the modern internet itself. And that, right there, poses a massive and often totally invisible risk. So let's pull back the curtain on this hidden tech problem. We're going to get into what we really mean when we say old tech. The official term for this is a legacy system. Basically, it's outdated tech that's, well, still hanging around. Sure, it still does the job it was originally built for, but it's often clunky, super expensive to maintain, and just riddled with security holes. It's just like that classic car. It was amazing for its time, but it's becoming a serious liability in today's world. And when you put the old and the new side by side, the difference is, well, it's night and day. On one hand, you've got these huge costs, major security vulnerabilities, and systems so rigid they actually stop new ideas. But on the other hand, you get efficiency, rock-solid security, flexibility, and the freedom to innovate fast. This isn't just a minor update. We're talking about the difference between being a sitting duck and being truly resilient. So, if these old systems are such a ticking time bomb, what's the fix? You can't just flip a switch and turn them off. The answer is a really smart strategic process called Legacy System Modernization. And this isn't about slapping a few band-aids on old code. It's a strategic upgrade, a total overhaul of the applications and the infrastructure they run on. The whole point is to boost security, make sure the system can grow, and improve its performance across the board. It's all about future-proofing our digital world. So, why go through all this trouble? Because the payoff is absolutely huge. Let's break down some of the biggest benefits. First up, you slash your operational risk. When you replace that fragile, unsupported code, you dramatically lower the chance of a catastrophic system failure, the kind of thing that can literally bring a business to a grinding halt. Next, and this is a really big one, you get much, much stronger security. Modern systems are built from the ground up to defend against today's cyber threats and to meet all the complex data rules that didn't even exist when the old tech was first built. It also saves a ton of money in the long run. You know, it's kind of crazy, but keeping these old systems running is incredibly expensive. Some reports show big companies spend up to 80% of their entire IT budget just keeping the lights on. Modern platforms, they totally slash those costs. And maybe the most exciting part is faster innovation. When you're not constantly held back by old, creaky technology, you can finally start building and launching new features and services way faster. It lets a company actually adapt and grow instead of just treading water. Now, this whole process might sound totally chaotic, right? Like trying to swap out a car's engine while you're speeding down the highway. But it's actually not like that at all. It's a very deliberate, structured journey. Let's take a look at the path forward. It usually follows a pretty clear four-step path. First, you assess what you've got. You got to understand the risks and figure out what really needs to change. Second, you plan and design the new system, making sure it lines up with the business goals. Third, you do the actual migration and upgrading. And finally, you're always monitoring and optimizing the new platform. See? It's a smart strategy, not just a frantic flip of a switch. Okay, so that's the theory. But what does this actually look like out in the real world? This modernization stuff is the invisible work that makes the services we all rely on better, faster, and a whole lot safer. Let's start with a really critical one, healthcare. This is an industry where old tech isn't just an inconvenience. It can have, life or death consequences. In healthcare, modernization means upgrading those electronic health records so they're more secure and can actually be shared between your doctors. It means building those secure patient portals so you can access your own info. And it's about scaling up systems to handle things like telehealth. At the end of the day, it's all about better, safer care for patients. All right, now let's think about the technology that handles our money. I mean, the stakes here could not be higher. In the world of finance, modernization is the reason your mobile banking app is fast, reliable, and secure.
It's about overhauling those deep core systems to process transactions instantly, updating fraud detection to catch the bad guys, and making sure the entire financial system is locked down and protected from attacks.
And this transformation is happening everywhere you look. In retail, it's what syncs the website with what's actually on the shelves in the store. In manufacturing, it connects all the smart devices on the factory floor to give real-time data. And for your insurance, it means automating the claims process so you get help way faster when you need it. So, when you boil it all down, modernization is the engine humming away under the hood of our digital lives. It's the constant, often totally unseen work that makes progress possible. It's not flashy, but it is absolutely essential to keeping everything we rely on running smoothly and safely.
Which leaves us with a pretty cool question to think about. As technology just keeps getting faster and faster, what are the next legacy systems being built right now? And what are the unseen upgrades, the ones happening behind the scenes today that are going to be powering our future tomorrow?